Plus, the Huskies haven't won in Spokane since 1944, but Washington has bigger issues with the Zags, like the defections from Seattle to Spokane, 5 in recent years, including All-American Dan Dickau and the most recent freshman Errol Knight. Then there's the fact that Gonzaga coach Mark Few passed on the Husky job this summer, and to top it all off, the Zags turned UW in for several recruiting irregularities earlier this year. So this one personal, besides an in-state battle. There's Mark Few. He decided to stay in Spokane. You know, this is an interesting matchup because Washington, the bigger of the two schools, the enrollment, 41,000. Gonzaga's just 1/8 of that size, but over the past 4 years, it's been the Zags who owned all the basketball success early on. Rony Turiev, 18 points. He's digging the scene. Gonzaga down 47-42. Under 4 minutes to play. Blake Stepp, a game-high 33 points. He was 16 of 20 from the free throw line. Just over 6 seconds to play. Stepped the line. That was one of the ones he missed. At the other end, Will Conroy with the rock, and he says, Strage, we're tied at 81. Yes. The game goes to overtime. Washington up by 2 in OT. Tony Skinner says, I've got 3, and that's a magic number. Zags up 84-83. Under a minute to go in OT. Gonzaga up by 2. Bobby Jones gets the feed inside, but Corey Violet with the block. 95-89, your final score. Zags do it again. Make it 5 straight as they win in overtime.
Marquette, Notre Dame, game of great interest to the Pope. Chris Thomas, the rebound, behind the back to Matt Carroll for the dunk. Irish up 7. Bill Rafferty, send it into the analyst on Thomas' performance.
Chris Thomas admitted he loves the bright lights, and none brighter tonight than playing number 10 Marquette. His ability to run a team, something we've seen before. His ability to shoot the threes well. His ability to penetrate and find his teammates. I just thought he ran the break beautifully. The whole package this evening.
Thomas's number, 32 points, 10 assists. Irish over the number 10 team in the country. Easy. 92-71. Let's go to Columbia, Sacramento State, Missouri. Actually a state. First half on the break. Ricky Clemens to Jimmy McKinney. He's a freshman from St. Louis. He had 11 points. Tigers up 10 at the half. Ricky Paulding, entry pass to Kevin Young. Paulding, 17 points. Nice cut. Later in the second, Ricky Clemens. Let's hear it for Southern Idaho Junior College. Clemens, 17 points, and Paulding, a little rejection on Jimmy White. Well, everybody got to play, all 12 guys. Steve Eccles, he didn't miss once. 3 for 3 from the field, 2 for 2 from the line, 8 points. Missouri wins at 98-60. Up next, USC.
The Big Ten ACC Challenge, Iowa and Florida State. The Seminoles looking to start 3-0 for the first time since the 97-98 season. Todd Galloway starts this play, and then, you know what? Hook him up. Galloway with the lay-in. FSU up by 5 later. Galloway gets the ball in the corner, and he hits from the land of plenty. Perfect 2 from 2 for 3. But Iowa comes storming back. Chauncey Leslie with the bucket. Knowles cut the lead to 5. Iowa just 6 of 20 from 3, and Galloway keeps coming. Knowles up 39-31 at the half, and Mama did that man again. He was 6 of 7 from the floor. Knowles go up by 13. Galloway 14 points off the bench, and Florida State wins big.
Temple, South Carolina, don't scowl or throw in the towel. We have a highlight of Orlando Howell and Carlos Powell. It's like Dr. Seuss, I guess.
You're just a rapping, rhyming
That's just how a couple of two-hand jams, and you're looking here, more flavor. That's what, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're out of control right now.
One more time. Two-hand. And now it's Powell's turn, and you know what he is?
What is he?
Hasty. Give it to me. So apparently at South Carolina Gamecocks, they work a lot on the two-handed dunk. They seem to have it going. They're fired up. They win at 66-47, 20 for Powell, 12 for Howell.
Cincinnati trying to bounce back after losing to Dayton. Bob Huggins just chilling, lay low. Jason Magziel takes the dish. Turnaround jumper, gotcha. Makes it 14 points. Since he keeps coming, Leonard Stokes with the finish off the oops. It's soft, but it's good. 15 points, 3 assists for Stokes. And then watch the Bearcats just move the ball. Field Williams, not a fair-haired. What is it, fair-haired? What's your line? Boy? No, what's your line, man? I was trying to get your line there. Won 21 games in a row at home. Team record is 22. UNC Greensboro trying to hook them up. Erwin Dudley, the Buccaneers, 7 of 9 from the floor, had 18 points. Kenny Walker, the schwack. And then at the other end, Mo Williams on the break, and he says, you know what, Kenny? Let me hook you up. Kenny with the bucket. He had 17. How many times do you think guys roll up to him and say, Kenny Skywalker in the SEC again? Later, Mo Williams to Reggie Rambo. 2 hands like his mama taught him. Rambo 6 points, team high 8 rebounds. Bama wins 89-61.
Texas Tech, TCU, that would be the fellow they call Bob Knight. First half, Tech up 4. Nathan Dowdy missing the 3, but that just creates a rebound opportunity for Andre Emmett, who had 27 points. Second half, Tech starts to pull away. Nick Valdez, you like the motion offense. Get a good cut there. Valdez, 14 points. Tech up 70-58. And then Kasib Powell. That's 2 hands like apparently his mother taught him. Texas Tech wins at 84-66. It was a relative. We're sure of that.
You know, this is supposed to be a big payday for Florida Atlantic and a big win for Miami. Oops. Ernest Crumbly pulls up and hits the J. He had 25 points and a school record 8 3-pointers. And Florida Atlantic tops Miami in overtime, 74-73.
But all his buddies are gone. The rest of the starters, Dixon, Baxter, Wilcox, Mouton, out first half. Early on, Maryland up 5-2. Blake gets it to fall. Terps up 7-2. Later in the first half, Indiana down 14. Down 14. Coverdale from deep for 3. He likes it, so do the home folks there at the Conseco Dome in Indianapolis. Closing minute of the first half, Hoosiers down 8. Coverdale gets the reverse to go. Be a 4-point game at intermission. Kev, what do you have?
Second half, Indiana down by 1, and Tommy C. can't. Coverdale with the bucket. Indiana up by deuce, their first lead of the game. Still in the second, Steve Blake answers, and he's ready to carry the Terps. Blake feeling the flavor. Terps up by 4. Late in the second, game tied at 63. Ryan Randall inside. He's a biggin'. Randall foul, free throw good. Maryland up by 3, but the Hoosiers down by 4. And Coverdale again, 5 of 10 from the land of plenty. He had 30 points. All right, 13 seconds left in this game. Maryland up by 1. They inbound the ball. Indiana comes up with it. Right to Klein, the foul. Sean Klein goes to the line. Klein makes the first free throw, misses the second one, bounces around, and Coverdale comes out with it for the win. No Stranger. But at the other end, Blake, yes, yes, yes. Wait a minute, hold on, everybody relax, hold on, chill. Let's see, was it out of his hand before the clock hit 0? Watch the ball, watch the clock.
When Ed called me over, I didn't know what he was going to say. And, you know, he had like it was a big surprise, a secret. So he called me over. I'm like, oh, man. We got beat here last year by Butler on the last second shot. I got beat by Indiana State on the last second shot. Marquette. I'm thinking, it's going to be an angry crowd when we walk out here tonight and he count that basket.
Watch Mike's reaction. He's like, thumbs up, we're rolling. Extra fun, John.
All bonus basketball. Coverdale feeds Marcia Strickland. He had just 4 points. Those two clutch. Indiana up 3, Maryland down 4. Another chance to get it close. Here comes Blake. Not as far out, not as good. Misses it. Indiana going to roll on and win this 80-74. Dickie V on Coverdale's 30-point performance.
For Indiana, it was Tom Coverdale. He just would not allow his team to lose. He made one big play after another, whether it be a defensive play, anticipating making a steal, or knocking down a trifecta, a big 3, or going to the free throw line and converting, or taking the ball to the basket. Every time Indiana's club needed a pickup, it was Mr. Coverdale.
Indiana wins it 80-74. Coverdale 8 of 16 from the field, 9 of 10 from the line, but the only Hoosier that shot it well from there. IU, first runner-up to win a title game rematch since Duke stuck at UNLV in '91. Hoosiers overcame a 3 of 23 shooting performance to start the game, 23% for the first half, and just 30 for the game. They still win. Committed just 4 turnovers. That's a key for IU. The Terps had 16, including a couple late in the game.
Carolina and Illinois picking up in the first half, lining up by 3. The hoops upside your head, as in Luther had. D. Brown had 6 assists. From there, you know what? Senior leadership, and that's what the Illini got. Sean Harrington gets hot. He's a coach's kid, and we all know coaches' kids can shoot. It sparks a 28-8 Illini run. Harrington, part of the Big Ten foreign touring all-star team this summer, and also all academic, all Big Ten. Sean May with the bucket there. May had 21 points. Carolina down by just 6. His dad was watching. He should have watched that. Head again, the tasty love off the glass. Later in the second half, the Illini keep coming, and this time Head steps out behind the 3-point line and pulls up to the bumper. He had 12 points in the game late second half. more senior leadership. Brian Cook gets to the rack. If you go strong, you can't go wrong. Cook had 22. The Illini win 92-65.
Big in there. Ohio State Duke also find Big Ten ACC institutions. Alley-oop to Casey Sanders. Well done. Very fancy. That's off the opening tip. 2-0 Duke. They were rolling right away. Brent Darby got it to fall. With the foul, that's 3. He had a 32 more for a career-high 35 for Ohio State. They were down 8 at the half. Then J.J. Redick. He's a freshman. Emphasis on man with the 3. Chris Duhon on target at 10 points, 13 assists. Dante Jones. I would just like to be young and athletic one more time. Maybe just once, period. He had a dozen.
One time in your life.
Redick, long 3 is good. Dukey's 11-0 run, Coach K. Redick, in summary.
At the start of the second half, we went kind of nuts. I mean, everything went well for us.
I wanted to get hot early in the second half, and Chris found me a couple times, knocked down a couple shots, and from there it was all good.
Redick, 20, leads the team in scoring for the second straight game. 91-76 the final. Give that one to the ACC folks. Happens to be the trainer. The top-ranked Wildcats literally being held together by athletic tape in their game against St. Louis Tuesday night. Preseason All-America Luke Walton's right ankle tightly wrapped to protect 3 strained ligaments. And Salim Stoudemire, last year's Pac-10 Freshman of the Year, making his season debut with a couple of rolls stuck to his sprained right ankle. Cats out to avenge that 1934 loss to the Billikens. There's Walton, who logged 19 minutes and scored just 1 point, but chipped in with 7 assists. That one to Hassan Adams, and then, of course, get back on defense. There you go. Stay with your man. Later in the first, Wildcats up 3. There's Stoudemire. He was just 2 for 7, but that one was good for 3. He had 6 points in 12 minutes. Nice work there, and as always, get your man. Little wacky sequence here. Arizona up 6-0. Kenny Brown inside. Channing Frye got him. Channing Frye got him. Then Brown just flat out misses the third. He comes back, and Rick Anderson just...
You know, Rick Anderson really get up.
I tell you, all the Andersons can, but that kid's got to find a new game, man. Arizona led by 17 at the half, and then Adams, a little flush there. He had 10, one of 6 Cats in double figures, 91-58. First time they haven't scored 100 this season. Florida's 22-0 in December the last 3 seasons. They're visiting West Virginia. Brett Nelson back home, missing. Drew Schifino. Oh, a little Schifino would be Keno, thank you. He had 16 points. Nelson, 3 of 13 from the field.
Did you just rhyme there?
I did. I know the kids like the rhymes. Johannes Airbeer, not an air ball. Got that. Mountaineers led 66-64 with less than a minute. Down in front. Can you even see this happening right here? It's Matt Bonner with a baby hook. He led the Gators with 18. 10 seconds ago, 68-66, Mighty Mounts. Matt Walsh, Brett Nelson. Nelson, no, Schifino, the block, 5 seconds left. Could it be a huge week for the Mountaineers? First they beat Pittsburgh in football, and then do they take down number 9 Florida in hoops? Yeah, they do. Justin Hamilton doesn't get the shot off in time. West Virginia wins at 68-66. Oh! Win one for Danny Lightning Bugs. Has lost to Xavier, 3-0. First half, Xavier up 10-6. David West drives, foul your own shot, 12-6 Musketeers. Still in the first, West taking the pass, makes his move. You shoot from that close, you get 2. And you get an extra one for the foul. West 18 points, 9 rebounds. Second half, Xavier up 14 and rolling on the floor. Lionel Chambers, triple. He had 24. Xavier wins at 74-59. Bearcats, we're coming December 7th. That's Saturday.
Sacred Heart and UConn. Ben Gordon to Denham Brown, and that's easy money. Brown finished with 10 points. Then later, Brown makes the great pass to Gordon, who finishes with the layup. Gordon, a career-high 31 points, and finally Brown goes up high to finish this one off, too. UConn wins 116-78. UConn posted its 50th straight win over a state school.
Kentucky, High Point. Why, you ask? Well, Tubby Smith, High Point, class of 73. So consider this just an alumni deuce. First half, High Point's Dustin Werdheisen nails the 3. High Point's High Point score with 18. And then Werdheisen again, High Point's high point of the game. They were ahead 14-13. Second half, not so high. Keith Bogans sends home the alley-oop. Speak to me, please.
Keith Bogans has now got his high point game of the season. He's got 21.
Everybody joining in the High Point fun, including Gerald Fitch, who actually gives High Point their low point. They were down 20 at that point. Wildcat mascot. I love dancing cats. Kentucky wins at 84-64. I like the singing cats, too. Troy State, Arkansas. Standing having a rough start with the Razorbacks. How about Greg Davis for 3? Ben Fletcher, what can you say about Fletch? Kendrick Johnson, he had 8 points. That's a 3. Jacob Hazuri, 3. Jacob Hazuri tossed in a bunch of them. He was 3 for 5 from 3. He had 9 points. And then Kendrick Johnson down low for 2 and 1.
This is not the match.
No, that's a 3-point play. Poor Stan, maybe.
I mean, let him know.
He's having some trouble. Troy State's first 27 points via the 3-point play. They whooped the Hogs 74-66.